blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. I had to turn this down, y'all. My bad. Um, to my extended beautiful family, thank you for continuing to support me. We're all going through major changes that we are able to see things in a totally different perspective. Being able to change ourselves for the better to reach ourselves is our best version. um, that we're trying to, manifest into. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. And if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up, tell me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are informative to you, give you good vibes, inspiration, that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times and needing spiritual guidance, or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's always so gratefully appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. The channel I'm using today is called the Mantra Collective. The video that I'm listening to is 528 hertz, known as the love frequency. Positive energy, said to heal DNA, spiritual reset meditation. And I will post their information in the, in the description box below. And the video I'm doing, it's called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas. Folks will try to break you when they envy what they don't want you to discover within you. It's so true. We have all gone through different things where, you know, along you could have been dealing with this your whole life, or you could have been dealing with it more intensively since you've been on your spiritual awakening. People just get, you rub people the wrong way just by the energy you carry, just by how you speak, how you voice your opinion about certain things, how you see views of the world or your path or whatsoever, whatever. There's certain people that, you trigger stuff out of. It's just, our vibe. We do that. We do that a lot. Going through my situation, I won't even say it's good or bad because I don't see, the dark side and the evil side of myself. Connecting with others, just by doing certain things or saying certain things, I said I don't want to talk bad about nobody else. I'm going through that part of my life where I'm trying not to pass judgment, even for the people, the reason why I'm here in the first place. Because I can say now, even though I've gone through a lot from the people that, have, placed me on my path of discovering my truth. It was very traumatizing to me at times. It still gets me into my emotions, I won't lie. But it is just like the things that they set on my path, the speed bumps, they try to get me towards, even trying hard with things and people that I really care about. Um it only made me understand myself more. It made me want to grow. It made me want to do things. Obviously that lets me know that there's something that really bothers you about me. And they always say, the cheaper the family is usually the one that tells the truth. And growing up my whole life, I always felt like, maybe it's me. I'm not lovable. I'm always the mess up. It was just so many different things. I spoke very negative about myself because I didn't really feel that much love from, you know, my parental side when it comes to my mom's ex-husband. I don't call him my adopted father. I don't. It's just too many things he's done. I try not to hold no anger towards him, and at times it skeets out, but I know that's something I need to heal from. Those are the things that, you know, that is no longer needed to where I'm trying to be. It's like, yes, these things you had to learn the truth about yourself. You had to learn the truth about what is taking place in your life, what they were sent to you for. Because a lot of times we have gone through so much abuse, it's hard for you to speak highly of the people that has abused you. Sometimes it's hard for you to think highly of yourself because of whatever abuse you have gone through. But these are the things that are strengthening you. They're allowing you to break free from what somebody tried to mold you out to be. Like I was saying in my other video, it's like I forgot what video it was that I put that in my, it's like they don't want you to discover who you are. That's why they try to break you down, you know, hurt you in the most positive way, saying that you'll never amount to anything, you're nothing but a nobody. That those things can really hurt. And going through these things, sometimes it is messed up. There are so many kids and people that when you have gone through that type of life where you have been abused emotionally, mentally, physically, sexually, spiritually, it will make you feel like, there are sometimes they don't programmed you, don't brainwashed you. Is that how they see you? You tend to start seeing yourself as the same way as they placed you as. I won't put all my faults and stuff on them because I know I've made decisions of my own that made me be in a bad light, but that let me know you didn't love yourself when you put yourself in certain situations, because there are certain times where I even go back and go through meditation on, going back to my adolescent self, and I would break down and cry because I know the situations that I would put myself in. I was yearning for a connection of some type of love. So I put myself in, you know, very vulnerable, situations that I was just like, damn, if I only knew what I knew now, you know, um, it would probably have been a little bit better, and it's just the fact is it angered me a lot because of things that I've endured through my adolescence. I push that off to my kids and I try to work above and beyond to try to make sure that doesn't go off to the next generation, even though that's hard to do, but when you can accept your faults and, it being able to accept what you have done, had your fair play, and it's like, yeah, I know I wasn't the mama of the year or whatever, but I'm trying my best to, change those things. It's just like I don't have that access to my parents. My mom, my adopted mom, she passed. My biological mom, we're estranged. And the fact is, my father passed away. So it's just, I know what that felt like, to really not have that parental there, but it's just a blessing for the gifts that I have. I have that strong connection in between my mom that has raised me. And I love that. I don't even want to call her my adopted mom. That's the mom I know. That's the mom I love. So I just allow myself to really, I'm doing my videos. Sorry about that, y'all. Going through all those different things, it has really traumatized me in the worst way. It really put me in a dark uh, level of pain, you know, um, going through that and just felt like I was losing my mind and stuff like that. But more and more every day, I try to appreciate those dark times in my life because those are where I got my strength from. That's where I got my knowledge from. Allowed myself to free myself from, the things that these people have done to me. But also appreciating it at the same time because now I'm seeing, how much power I have. And it's just like the more and more every day, you know, more synchronicities come my way, more knowledge comes my way, more signs, more education, towards that, the spirit realm constantly comes at me when I connect with other people. And when you're allowing yourself to shift the focus on where you're wanting your path and not focus on the people that broke you down, the people that truly hurted you, and it took me a long time to do that. And every once in a while, that old Roslynn come out like, I'm just like, no, no, no. You have to allow yourself to break free from that, and this is what they prey on, that you would stay mad. This is something that they did from, their parents that, you know, has done the things that they have done to them. So I can't allow myself to become them. That I'm like, hell no, that don't even look good on y'all. So I know that suit is not gonna look good on me, So I'm allowing myself to learn and grow. I connect with y'all. There's a lot of y'all that share the things y'all felt like sharing with me. Certain things still sensitive, so you don't, which I totally respect. There's a lot of things we have to go through, and on a spiritual awakening of that path of our spiritual journey of self-discovery, finding the truth of your self-discovery, that was always there. It was just, layered under pain. It was layered under tragedy. It was layered under hurt, anger, deception, all these different things. And it's just like you're being used as that person, just being able to know you can be better than what people wanted you to be. People always tell you can't do this, can't do that, and you have to be at that point in your time like, watch me. Doesn't mean just because you said my life is supposed to be this way, or just how uh society says my life has to be a certain way, doesn't mean I have to be that way. I can make that choice to change. I can become my own change. I can stand for the name of change. It's all up to you what decisions you make. I feel like everybody, we have a choice. You have a choice to stay angry about what's been placed on you, or you can allow that same energy of anger to make you rise above what pissed you off and allow that to be your energy of saying, you know what, this really hurt me. But it's not to prove to them about anything, because a lot of times you have to understand, no matter how much you try to prove to people, they're only going to see their line of, their understanding of you, their perspective of you. So you're doing this for yourself. And a lot of times it's hard for you to be able to do that, especially if you've gone through a lot of things. Nobody apologized to you. Nobody didn't sit up here explain why they did the certain things you do. But those are the certain things that you'll never end up. You if you know you're dealing with somebody that has those narcissistic values of their life, they're never going to apologize, because that means they're not perfect. They don't like being, sought out for their flaws, their mistakes. They don't want to do that. They feel like they're perfect. They have not done anything. They feel like they have a reason for everything that they do. They may not call it out. And I said the things used to always make me mad is like, if you want to abuse somebody, don't lie and try to cover up and say, "Nah, I don't want to do that." Then shoot, be proud of the things that you do. You ain't gotta lie about it. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. You ain't gotta lie. Be able to be honest. Like, yeah, I don't knocked her down the flight of stairs yet because she deserve it. I forgot what show I was watching yesterday. I think it was one of them crime shows that was on YouTube, and this man was honest about that. He was like, "Man, if I would have still been out of jail, I probably would have killed my wife." I'm like, "Well, damn. I can respect your honesty, but I'm glad you ain't here. You ain't here for a reason, and they don't need to ever let you out." And and it was just crazy. I didn't really get a chance to look at it. I forgot what I was doing, but I was just hearing bits, and being honest about how he done beat the hell out of his wife. you know but there are so many different things out in the world, that I've learned from the people who have done things to me and the people I've done things to, because there's times I got to go into my meditation and be able to forgive myself. I don't want to just say, "Oh, these people did this, that, and the third to me, and I never done anything towards them." Because there's times that we have done things subconsciously, we have done things unsubconsciously. I used to be I'm still blunt, but I'll try to be mindful of those, because you never want to really hurt somebody. Now I can see if somebody pushed me, then I'm gonna go popping off, and there's sometimes I go popping off. Sometimes I'm not even gonna give you that daggone. I'm not even gonna give you that pressure, that type of energy. I usually just walk off. I'm like, yeah, before I end up just hurting your whole existence, I'm gonna go ahead and walk off. Because I can be that way. But I'm just like, I'm not about that life anymore. It's just, my road has, taught me to grow. My road has taught me to, rise above what people think of you or whatever. It's how you validate yourself, loving yourself. It took me a long time to do that. There are certain things that I'm still, struggling with, but, it's not as bad as it was, further down the road, because it's like it took me a long time to get out of that vibe that everything is my fault. I was programmed that way, and then when it's just like now I finally see I held a threat to my mom's ex-husband, his wife, because I always spoke boldly. When they had to say things, they would have to be deceptive for people to see me a certain way, and then they would gaslight me just to basically, confirm, yeah, she is like that. And it would be certain things that will still pop up, and it's just like, I'm not going to allow that to hold weight on me, because that was more about them and less about me. When you have done things to people, people will try to make you look bad just because they don't want to feel guilty about trifling stuff. That it's just like, when I see it, I'm like, look,
I don't even allow you in my life like that. You could be the last people on earth, and they say you'll be able to get everything that you lost, throughout this lifetime if you would just reconnect with them. I said, you know what, pride or all, I guess I'll be by myself. I'm not gonna place myself in a situation where I know that people are just, they gun ho about trying to set and break me any kind of way because they get joy out of that. And it's sad. There's people out there, and I'm just like, I used to watch these little shows with my mom on Lifetime. And I'm just like, that's a scary thing if there's people out there that exist like that. My mom would just look right over her husband. And next thing you know, I didn't realize I was creating an argument because that was one thing that could have just been a firework just from my mom to go popping off. But it allowed me to see a lot of things that I wasn't able to really understand as a child. And with me being an adult, when things were certain, said in front of me, now it makes a lot of sense. Because it's like before, I was just like, what's this word, what's that word, what's that, and now my mom was like, go on in there, this is an adult conversation, you need to be in this, you need to stay in the child's place. But now it's just like it makes a lot of sense to me. This road has not been easy, but whose road is? And it's just like finding everything you found out, and it just seems like the more you have been broken, that's going to be like 10, 20 times more that is going to make you so much stronger. And people will do that. They'll take away from stuff from you. You know, Mom always used to tell me they're threatened by you, they're jealous by you. I'm like, I'm just a kid, Mom. Why are they jealous of me? She's like, if you only knew. If you only knew, it's like I would tell you, but I just don't have, she always knew you got to show me something just for me to believe that. But it is just like, I appreciate everything that I went through, even my pain, my sorrow, my sadness, being lied to my half of my life, it turned my whole world upside down. But, I can look at my situation, it's like, dang, even though this really hurt me to the core. It's just as bad as it hurt me, it uplifted me in the same kind of way. Because from this situation, I've helped and connected with so many different people. Being able to give somebody that kind, you know, words of wisdom or even voice of reason to somebody, just to be able to not just to feed them lies, but just being able to recognize what I see within you that you're not giving yourself to see within yourself, giving yourself that credit to see within yourself. And it's not the fact is you are blind to it, but it's like if you have been told and over and over and over, and it's just the fact is even the people that attract towards us have done the same thing. It's kind of hard for you to see something in a positive way when everybody all they did is reflect negative to you. But we didn't realize when they were reflecting that negative towards you, they had nothing to do with you. That's how they saw themselves. So of course people are gonna do that. When people see that you can stick out like a sore thumb, and not in a bad way but in a good way, they don't want people to see you as that because they don't see themselves as that. So they don't want anybody being able to see their self in a higher light when their stuff is so low, and it's just the fact is that's why we have created we created our own tragedies that we went through for us to be that example to say, even though you press this on me, don't mean I gotta be anything like you. I do not. It's not like you're saying you detest them, even though you detest the character they have. My mom always told me, don't ever say you hate a person, just hate the character that they choose to show you, or you dislike it. My mom said hate is a very powerful word. And it's like, I don't hold no love for my mom's ex-husband. It took me a long time. It was like, it went from hate to where it made me really want to go volatile. Like I have a very disturbing imagination, and I was just hoping and praying I did not act on them impulses. And thank the Lord Jesus, I never did. But it really almost took me there. But the blessing is like if I had all my spirit guides, my family, my grandmother, my grandfather, my dad, you know, um, my sister. All these different people, my best friends that passed away, all those people were there to bless me, to guide me, to uplift me when I truly needed it, be there to hug me. Because there are certain times I could be praying and I feel them, I smell them, I hear them, and all of a sudden I start breaking down and crying. And that lets me know I'm not dealing with these things on my own. Even though I feel like I'm in a world of my own and the world is against me, there's things that comes your way that's sent to break you, but these are the same things that's going to make you into something that you never imagined you can be. You're putting yourself together in a new form. It's just like you're not even the old spiritual being you were before you got here. You don't got the perks. You don't really got the empath perks where you are I mean, there's no definition for you. It's just like what made me think about my dad's symbol. It's like it doesn't, it's unpronounceable. It's just, the whatever formerly known as, but and that's how it is. It's like you're being converted into something that there's not even a name for. It's just like, if it was just to be quick about it, like, okay, evolutionary, but that's even more powerful than that, because the fact is, just all the things you're enduring right now, the world going around through this, while you're trying to transition, even through the pain that you're dealing with, even through the things that you're reflecting on, that may be an emotional and mental trigger for you. That takes a lot of power to do. That takes a lot of strength. And a lot of times we feel like, I can't make it. I've been there where I cried and said, it's not fair. How are these people doing this? How is it doing that? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? And these are the things that's going to strengthen me. Because once I heal from that, oh shoot, good luck by trying to break me, because it's not going to happen. Even now, I might be dented a little bit, but I ain't breaking nowhere. I'll just go ahead and dust back off. Being able to, endure so much. You have fell down, but your the times you fell is not going to even add up to how many times you kept walking. You even had to hobble, but you got there. And a lot of times you try to, wonder, how did I get this far? Blessings, miracles, because there's a lot of times we have gone through things and it can feel like the worst part of our lives. And I always tell people, look at the worst things that you have been through that you have already conquered. Look at how all the stuff that you had to go through before. I've gone through so many daggone things. I feel like I'm Danger Pro Daphne. I'm clumsy as all hell. Got, a left foot, both left feet, both left hands. And I'm like clumsy. And there's so many things that I've been placed in where I felt like I did not have the strength to get through that. There were so many times people to hope I died going through the certain things that I went through. But God was like, no, no, we ain't gonna make it that easy for you. He was like, she is protected, very protected. And it's just when these things are placed on you, it may hurt like hell, especially from the people that is doing it to you, or the certain situations that's doing it to you, and it makes you feel like you're at wit's end. But through all in all, you're through all this madness that you're going through all this transformation you're going through, that may be hard to bear, all through all that smoke and dust and mirror images and stuff that you're going through that's distracting you. When you finally allow yourself to discover who you are, what you stand for, and what you're about to be, and where you're becoming, oh my goodness, there is going to be some mess. It's really going to be some mess. That's why, there's so many things that's coming at you the way it does. And yes, it can be very hard to bear. We all go through things where we can be okay one day, and next thing you know, you're all up in your emotions the next. That's fine, but you're allowing yourself to go through these emotions. You're allowing those things to never, these things are being uncovered. These are the things that you suppress. There's a lot of things that you don't forgot all about, and they're starting to come up to the surface, and it may be taste like one of them daggone, those what are those? It's like past vomit. That's why I talk about past vomit. It's like one of them burps that you have and it tastes so nasty. Like, ugh. I wouldn't even think about that. But, and not to be gross, but shoot, if you really want to compare it to something like that, it's something that snuck up on you. It just didn't give you a good taste in your mouth, but you had to go through that. You had to endure that. When it uncovers the truth, it's breaking everything away from you. Your pain, your anguish, your confusion, your self-esteem is being so much, is heightening it, because it's allowing you to face the things that you were scared to face. You ignored certain things. There's sometimes you question your own self just when them gifts start popping up and you scared to even, face that, because this is something foreign to you, but yet it's downright familiar. But you haven't allowed yourself to fully awaken in that. And sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. Sometimes we stand in front of our own process of progress. We stand in front of our blessings because we're so busy, holding on and think of, those sad times, those times that made you angry of what somebody has done to you, and they haven't apologized for that. You're waiting for an apology. And I think that's the reason why I held on for things, because I wanted an explanation. Them folks ain't gonna admit to nothing unless that mess is standing in their face, and they don't want that to happen. So they're doing everything to shut you up, make sure you come up missing, doing whatever. But it's all these situations. I'm not worried about that, because it's like what's for me is always going to be for me, regardless. If you know you got to still cheat, be deceptive about what you're trying to get, and you're not getting it the honest way, baby. God and universe ain't going to give you nothing. And when people know something's for you and they try to distract you from trying to get it, that's okay. But they don't realize what they're sending to you, that they may be laughing right now. It's like your suffering is going to amuse them, but that comeback is going to really confuse them. So allow yourself to keep going, because you're going to have the biggest comeback that folks is going to really wish you never discovered. And they don't realize they playing a big part into that. They're playing a really good part into that. So when you finally get to that point where you're healing in process, if it was an abuser that did that, you tell them thank you. You tell them thank you, because everything you brought in my life, you thought you were going to break me. You thought it was going to make me take my own life out. No, it just made me uncover all the things in me that I love, I admire, that I appreciate. Them hard times, you can't have no good days, no good times until you had to endure them bad ones. You can't be in a healthy, loving relationship if you weren't scorned from an old toxic one. You can't sit up here and be at the bottom of the barrel and try to make sure when you finally get on top and you got these blessings that you worked so hard to get, you're going to make sure you maintain those, because you had to go through that bad for you to be able to get towards the good and appreciate it, and make sure you don't mess it up, because things are not going to be handed towards us. That we have to work for those things. We have to, earn those things. And sometimes people may get stuff easier than we do. And, God bless if they can sit up here and maintain it that long as well. But we had to go through our things. We had, a lot of times we get mad because we're not getting the things that we've been working hard to manifest. But you have to understand, everything has to be aligned. You have to carry that value of vibes, that you have to be aligned with what you're trying to create. But if you right here in this low life situation, judgment, anger, revenge, envy of somebody else, but yet your blessings are love, creating, selflessness, all those things. You can't get that. You can't be negative vibes and trying to have a positive outcome. It's just not going to happen. But when you go through these things, you're going to understand why certain things had to take place. You're going to understand how many times you had to fall just to be able to have that bounce back to saying, okay, God, dog, gotta, just like pop it back in the socket. It'll be all right. It's like put a band-aid on it. It'll be all right. And you keep moving. And when you finally get them blessings, it's gonna make you emotionally grateful, and just understand, this is the reason why I had to go through this. These are the reason why I had to endure this much pain. All these tears I cried, there was a meaning behind that. All these things that were sent to break me, there was a strength behind that. Because once somebody is, really broke you and used something against you that you truly cared for, and they see that that didn't break you, but that just made you something powerful, made you something that is indestructible. You're nothing. You are nothing. That means you're everything. And that's something they can't label, because when you're everything, you can't label something like that, because you can be anything you want to be. It's just your choice. But I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. I want to give a post notification shout out to Catherine Simone, Abigail Riviera, and Worst Nero, and Ali Baccarat, Barakat, my bad.
and Becky Pochin
And Samantha, much love to you. And if I pronounce your last name, Becky, the wrong way, my apologies. But like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop me a line, share, give me a thumbs up. If you drop a line, I would love to give you a post notification shout out. If you need to get in touch with me privately and need assistance with your spiritual path and have a deeper understanding about what's taking place in your life and where you're trying to be, I'll try to help you as best as I can. It's confidential. You don't have to worry about it going anywhere. If I can't give you the information, I'll sure enough give you the information to take you to where you need to be in the right direction. Um, know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything that you're trying to manifest into your life comes 100,000 times more than what you expected, asked for, prayed for, and comes so much sooner than you expected it as well. Even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity, words, vibes, frequency. Those things can really take somebody a long way. And I will see you on my next video. Much love, peace, be well. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and you're being safe.